it was not even the surgery itself that made me scared. I think it was the recovery process. I knew I was going to go through pain, but that was another level. I could not walk straight. Like, it felt like I was learning how to walk again. Then they would have to hold me by the side 1 week. Then there was, I think, the first week when we got home, I was crying.
Hello and welcome to the Good News Niger podcast. My name is Desmond Ebokungwe and we have the phenomenal Nora Awolowo joining us today. She's such a beautiful creative and you find out in just a bit. I have the coolest person in film on my set. I'm
a cookie.
like
that.
For the last 1 year, I can dance on social media. But then I've seen you change an industry that people have tagged to Dancing to Blow. And genuinely, even though I go come the screening of Red Circle, I would put Naira to go and watch it in the cinema. Because you guys have really done great work. I don't know if you know how much work you've done. Because even before the film, you announced that the film was coming out. There was this whole Red Circle buzz that was going around. And then there was now... to announce that you guys were starting filming. You did the whole film. I was like, well, now they see all this money. Nora, where did they see all this money?
It's good. Small girl, big God. Small girl, I said yesterday on Twitter, someone was like, I said, yes, it's me. Small girl, big God, it's God.
But genuinely, how, like, when you look back at your career, because I've known you for a bit, you used to be into photography, and then you moved into film. You then won multiple awards for documentary, still winning for being nominated for documentary and stuff. How do you feel about your journey? Are you impressed at how much you've come and how far you've come?
That's deep.
It's not.
Yes, I am. Sometimes I sit down and I try not to overthink it. It's just I think everything's happening at the same time. Do you get, like, there's always something I'm setting aside or my time to do. Like, okay, there's a goal I'm trying to achieve certain time. So am I impressed? Yes. I mean, for how old am I now? I remember when I started. I think I started when I was like 16, and now I'm 26. That's just almost 10 years in the industry. Started from photography, cinematography. Here I am in film, founded my own production company. Now I have our first feature from the production company while working on other productions. And it's actually been a journey. I try not to sit down to say, clap for yourself, those kind of things. But when conversations like this happen, like, it just makes you realize, okay, you've put in the work. And it's nice to see all of those work over the years now start to manifest in projects like Red Circle now. Yeah.
Do you think that clapping for yourself or applauding yourself stops you from doing the work, or why don't you do that? Or you just want to hear it from other people and just keep it moving?
Actually, I try not to rest on my own laurels. Like, it's nice to appreciate yourself. I appreciate myself a lot. Just wake up one day, travel, like, just have a good time. But for me, it is what's next. I'm not the person that after working on the project, you're like, yeah, this project, like, keep talking. Okay, what are we doing next? Like, what's the next thing? Okay, this one has come and gone. What's the next thing I'm chasing? I think that's for me, because, again, that makes me measure my growth. Like, I don't want to be as good as your last project, basically. I don't want to be as good as what I did 2 years ago. So once I know there's something else coming, I know that I'm trying to take the lessons I learned from the last one to improve on the next one. So that is it for me. It's not like appreciate all the work we've done and everything. Okay, now what's the next one? I know the lessons I've learned from Red Circle, that my next feature film, I'm not going to make those mistakes again. Now I want to go into that one more prepared.
So, speaking about Red Circle, you did it with a lot of your friends.
Yeah.
And some people feel there are always lessons about working with friendships. It either goes great or it goes the other way. In your experience, why the decision to work with people who are genuinely, like, you could see that these people are like your guys in real life. They are people you hang out with. And then you made this announcement to do this film together. Why that decision?
If you want to go far, like, go. Just you start crawling. And the kind of industry we are, film is a very collaborative effort. Like, it takes a village. And knowing me, it is. I also grew up with like my mother saying collaborate. I've two siblings and the other brother and my junior sister. Collaborate, you guys do stuff together. I think for me, it's also knowing that two heads also always better than one. So imagine 10 heads. That's what I say. Imagine 10 heads in the room. It's nice to know that, okay, I also know my strengths. Very good at technical, very good at ideation. I'm not a writer. I may have the story, but I'm not the best writer. I don't even know I don't like writing. So now, who are the people that I can bring on board that are likewise as good, or they would give me the same energy that I want to achieve this project? That's where they now start coming. Okay, how do I bring someone like Abdul on board? Oh, Abdul likes producing too. You come and produce with me now. Do you get why I also do being a cinematographer on the set? Then there are other people like that you start adding to this thing. And you realize that most of the big films that we've had in the industry, they're actually the ones helming different departments. From the art department to even line producing. I mean, Nicole was a line producer, Abdul co-producing and writing. He has worked on some of the biggest blockbusters to come out. There's Fatima, there's AK. So why not just work with them? There's Chuchu, there's Chris, Udomi. Just give everybody the same platform. These people that are bigger are giving them and watch them thrive. And for me, it's also making sure they feel like, not even they feel like, they know they have a stick at it. Do you know what I tell them? When Chris does something, I'm like, Chris, you know when we put this thing out, will you be proud to say this is Chris Domi that I did this thing? If you say yes, I will put it out. But look at it very well now before you put it out. And once you start treating them like that, make them feel like their opinion matters. When we worked on our poster recently, I was telling the poster person, I was like, if you put this thing out, the first thing he sent to me, are you going to be happy when I put so person did this? Once you start asking them those kind of questions, okay, Nora, wait, let's look at it in a very different way. Not me imposing like my opinions or whatever I think about it on them. Also, I try to make sure we do one thing in a lot of our decision making back end for the film where I'm like, okay, we create a poll for almost everything. So it is not my own like opinion that is winning. It is saying this is what we think, these are options. Guys, let's choose. Majority wins the vote. Except I now have a very strong opinion about, and I have to even defend it to them. So they don't feel like this person is imposing. What that does is that other ideas that they have, they're happy to share. Like I'll see down to Chris talking about things in marketing, talking about pictures that should go out, talking about music that should not be added. That is what collaborative effort means for me. And we've seen it actually affect the project. Even down to our crew member. The way we update the cast, the same way we update the crew members. I'm like, you guys are the core of the circle. You guys are the art of the circle. So we appreciate you as much as we appreciate our cast. And you see that in the way they actually like push the film out. Like it's theirs as much as mine. Even for the swag bags, when we started rolling out swag bags, it was literally for our crew members, though, not even for the public. And I was like, let's appreciate our crew members aside from our actors. We don't like photo shoot our actors. What can we do to like also tell these guys that yeah? And once we did that, I told our team, reach out to them in the group, get all their details. They did. So basically, you see that the rollout started with the crew members that worked on it. I mean, you mentioned it that people on your set were getting. They were literally the crew members.
There's a dispatch downstairs. There's a dispatch downstairs, red circle.
It was literally the crew members that were our focus. Once we knew, and once the partner that we had, the sponsor, we create, came on board and said, okay, they'll give us more. That means we now had more swag back to actually roll out to people in the community that registered. But the major focus was the crew members. And that helped. Because imagine 70 people working on your project and you're giving 70 swag back to crew members. People that I don't even know in Abulegba or Ojuelegba that sees their status can see it, still get and they post. They are more excited to post. I'm not begging them to post. They will do. I was seeing one from dispatch rider coming to the door saying they meet have collected the red circle. It is exciting seeing those things from them, and those kind of things feels very organic that they are the ones sharing it. You're not paying like influencers or even the actors. Even the actors themselves, most of them did not get one swag bag. I've seen actors reach out to me. I'm like, sorry, sorry, it's what crew members you get, and everybody now feels loved. Every time we share material, this is what's going out. They're happy to share because they know that you value them, and for me, it's the way forward.
So, would you say that this, the way you treat your crew members, stems from wanting better for yourself in Nollywood, working in Nollywood for a number of years? Because I know that you moved from being a photographer who was sorted, and then a documentary photographer that was sorted, and then you were doing a number of stuff that was global. Like you've never just like been a player for the locals. No wine. I know the wine you're not. More start
Okay,
to read the
no need.
So you've never really just played. So, but then when you now still shoot certain films, you've done cinematography for a number of films here, and then there's a way crew members are treated. You see actors getting certain favors and treatments. Would you say that that was one of the reasons that also spurred the need to do better for you to treat your crew members better?
I think for me, it is. I want to treat crew members the way I would want to be treated on set. I've been on set, or you've even heard where it happens, where they'll tell you actors are collecting bottled water, crew members are collecting pure water. Do you get? And if I'm on that set, I would not want to be treated like that. So even me as a producer, I was a crew member because I was a cinematographer on it. You come on set, you don't know that I'm the EPO. Like, you see, even the actors mentioned it, like it was all vibes and good vibes on set. I'm not going to be one of those EPs that will come on set that people now start dispersing. Do you get? Putting, EP has come, oh
EP
yeah.
has said it's pure water you're going to drink.
Do you get? Like, so for me, it is me first being a crew member, even before being, it's an opportunity and a very good opportunity platform that I have for me to say, okay, I have like people that are backing me by back end and giving me like money to make this bigger. But first, I'm always going to be a crew member first before being an executive producer or whatever I am. So I want to be treated. I'm going to treat them the way I want to be treated. I think that's for me. That's like the most important thing, and that's what I took. It is also knowing that I want my opinion to count in whatever room I am in. If I'm on a set where I've said one or two things and it did not matter, it is what the EP said that was still. Next one that you ask me, I'll say, follow your EP's conversation. It's none of my business. But and you see that happen severally. Even like directors, sometimes all of us can gang up against our director and be like, this is what we want. Do you get? But it is fun because we know each other. We know that it's for the betterment of the project. It's not because one person feels like their idea is better than the others. And that was how it was. Like I said again, me just wanting to treat people the way I would want to be treated if I'm on a set. I want my opinions to count. I want to feel like I'm part of the family. And that's what I took into making Red Circle, and that was the way we tried to like make the culture that we created on set to be like.
How long has this been on for?
Red Circle. I actually told Abdul about this idea 3 years ago. We're just gisting about it recently. But we started writing. We did our story workshop in 2025. 2023. So that's 2 years ago. October, November. I think November was when we did our story workshop. We shot last year, March into April. Yeah, finished post-production already. Nah, we're releasing. About 1 year. Yeah, 1 year of shooting. But that's been in pre-production for about maybe one and a half more years, something like that.
So now I'm more concerned about. So a lot of the film people in film have been bothered about the pressure of the investor. Now that you're moving from the stage where running the company is different from you're the cinematographer, you're cool and everything,
but first
you have to still think about making sure that the money works, because you have staff to pay, you have investors to make their money make sense, and most of these investments are usually in dollars. So you have to make sure it makes sense, and then there's profit. And then you're also playing in the cinema space now, which is like the alleged big leagues. So in your experience, that one, waiting a whole year before the release, don't you think it was a lot? Because a lot of people shoot, like a lot of the films that are released in December, were shot, maybe shot September, October, and then you see like more they go. But then you had like a whole year to.
I mean, our strategy shifted. Yeah, like it wasn't supposed to be cinema film. It shifted. I mean, everybody knew what happened in the industry, and things had to shift. For me, I communicate a lot. Everybody that works with me know. Like, I want to communicate with you. I feel like if you work with me, you know everything that is happening. So that same thing I did with the investors. You get emails from us every other day, like explain this what's going on, this, and you trust, because again, it's not even just those emails. You can also see the visibility the project is getting. Like, I've seen investors reach out and say, somebody from my family that doesn't even know that I'm part of this yet just spoke about this, and they're like, yeah, that's the film that I kept money in. And what that has done is also build trust for them that, this person knows what she's doing and she can do that. Me, I try not to work with pressure. I mean, I'm not one of those people that will put on their CV that I try for that
Cool
pressure.
kid. Cool kid.
I try. I don't even like multitasking. I mean, you have to do it if you're in an industry, but it's not something. That's why I try to like prep earlier. Make sure I try to do everything I need to do earlier, way before we start releasing, and what we're just doing like media monitoring and all of those things. But even for the investors bit, it is always us updating them, like communicating and saying this is what is going on. This is where we are in the industry, and that's what we're trying to do. Share plans. My investors almost know all our marketing ideas because I share with them. They can also advise. I've seen investors after sharing our marketing plan come and say, "Oh, Nora, I know this brand. Do you get? Oh, let me introduce you to somebody from this, so you can get more stuff to push. Do you get?" That's because you shared. Imagine if you did not share. So I know the gains of me sharing and communicating with people, what that's done to me, than me not communicating. So I try to make sure I carry them along with all our plans. And once I do, I mean, you see things happening. You see us making steps. Especially now, with even with our rollout, we shared all our rollout ideas with them. And what that has done is that you trust that okay, this person knows what they are doing. Either 1 year, 2 years, we are safe. Our money is safe in our hands.
Are you scared of your cinema run?
Am I scared? I mean, I think I'm anxious every other day. So I'm not anxious about the cinema run. I feel like for every rollout that we have, we have like a like campaign, then post. Like we're able to phase it into like different. But for every rollout that we have, I'm always anxious that, oh, is it going to be like, even things that we feel like we've done, all of us are confident that don't worry. But there's always that, when you just got like a new clothes, that December clothes that you don't sleep a day before, overnight, you wake up by 3. I woke up one day. I remember before the Join the Circle campaign where we rolled out the website. I was talking to the web designer overnight, could not sleep, blah blah blah. We're trying to fix one or two things, add some issues and error we're trying to fix. And it's one of those things that you're supposed to wake up. No, me, I don't wake up early. I'm not an early person. No. I'm waking up by 5. I said it has gotten to Oti Dojo. If you know Yoruba, you know that Oti Dojo. I was like, yes. Then you wake up, you're just worried, will people accept you? I remember waking up and seeing the prayer that God, that beg. Let this one just also work. Like, let everything just align. So for me, it is not even the particular cinema rollout. It is whatever ideas that we are putting out or leveraging on. Do they make sense? Will the audience accept it? Once the audience are able to accept it even before the cinema rollout, it's going to be way easier. So it is all of our content, all of our ideas, all of the things that we're pushing out before the cinema itself. Are they making sense? Do they have people that it resonates with? Do they have people that, because of that, they would want to go and watch our film? That's more important for me than cinema itself. So I'm not scared about the cinema. I'm just scared about the reception of every other thing that we're pushing out. If it makes sense for people to want to, or urge them to go to the cinema to watch.
Does it matter how much you make in the cinema?
To me, I think where I am now is that everybody that sees me outside can confidently say, you guys have tried. Whatever money that you make, you can say you guys have tried. Like, I think that is where I am. I told my actors recently, I think it was Follow or one of, I was like, see where I am. They were like, no, right, too. They were the ones urging me and giving me positive vibes. I'm like, me, I've tried though. Like, anything we come out with now, nobody, investors would not say the Red Circle team did not do the job. And that is important for me. We now pray that God now crowns it, we make the money. That would be like the cherry on cake. Like, everybody, don't worry, we won't do Gen Z party to celebrate that. But for me, whatever comes out of it is the fact that we did the job. Either production, marketing, whatever we did, we put in the work, and everybody saw that. So now the prayer for it is let it translate. That's the most important thing.
Okay. Do you feel so? I've always wanted to ask, and I love that you're in a very good position you're in the corporate position, and then you're also as an executive producer.
Don't worry, I studied accounting too, by the way.
So you know the numbers, and then you are also the crew member. Do you think that the place Nollywood is distribution wise, you hate it? Do you? Because I always feel like it's why is it my time that we are following all of this? Do you feel like, because now you have to change your strategy, for example, for Red Circle? What are your thoughts about where Nollywood is distribution wise, and what are your hopes for that space? Because now the promise you gave investor last year, you have to go and send an email.
They should not be angry. That's actually very important what you said. Thinking about it now, I was thinking about this yesterday and saying, God, why is it my time? I can't remember what film I worked on so that got cancelled and they had to start reshooting later. I was like, God, here we go again. Do you get, like, why is it when it feels like there's a big thing happening and something just disrupted? Then in between, this was this week. In between all of it, I saw a quote somewhere, and I think I shared it on my Twitter, that says you have to work with the world the way you see it, not the way you have it to be. And that has changed my perspective throughout the week. Like, I'm no more whining about the fact that, oh, these guys are no more here, this is where I want it to be. Okay, now it is where we are. What do I do to make it better? How does it favor me? How do I make my own impact? What's my own legacy impact? That during this period that this happened, that you had a film coming out, what did you do differently? I think for me, that is where I am now. I'm no more whining about the fact, oh, streamers have left, this was going on. Okay, it has happened though. People will still thrive. And the most important thing is that when the streamers come back again, people that have done the work are the ones that do. Okay, when all of these things, when there was no streamers, who were the people that made efforts? They're the ones that, not the person that is sitting down putting their film on inside one hard drive somewhere. Do you get?
Continue.
Basically, no, it's true. Basically, so once I saw that quote, it just felt like the universe was talking to me, and I shared it with somebody. I can't remember what I shared. I was like, I was whining about this, and this quote just came up, and I was like, yeah, like the world is not going to be the way you always want it to be. It is okay now. The world is the way. It's the difference is for different people. May take you doing extra work. Maybe for me, it is me now having to do extra work, like all of these things that we're doing. And some people, they've gone to the cinema before, they don't have like, people already know them, they already bank on them, that anything that comes out from them, do you get? It now feels like we are doing like, we are building trust, basically. But they also have to work with what they have now. And maybe now use whatever good way they already have to make it, like, way out of everything. But it is what it is, what is happening. Nigeria is the way it is. Cinema is the way it is. Distribution, how do you make it work for you? How do you make this thing work differently? Like, how do you make your own legacy out of it? Basically, that's how I think now.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts on YouTube? Because I now see every big producer now has, like, every single big producer now is now going on YouTube and thinking YouTube. Drinks it and comes back to respond. Would you ever explore that space? And what are
I
your
put
thoughts
stuff
about
on YouTube, but maybe commission. I mean, you paid me your full money before I put it on YouTube. I think it's good. I think YouTube has always existed. From Danny to Red TV. I remember actors like me. I watched Skinny Girls, and I was always looking forward to watching. TNT had like their own series too. We're always looking forward to watching them like certain day of the week, maybe Wednesday, Tuesday, one of those days. I think, I mean, those are different because they are funded by maybe banks and the rest. Now it is people now in YouTube, in the YouTube space. That's why then if you call anybody YouTube actor, they're happy. Do you get? Because they know the way people tweeted about it. Like I remember during Skinny Girls in Trans when talking about Timi's character, like Sharon Oja's character, like online and all of those things. I mean, those character in Red TV and all of those things. People were happy to be on this YouTube project. The difference now is that individuals are now there and trying to make the best of it and make their money back, which I understand. I'm an accountant. Your money needs to be complete. Do you get? But for me, I was talking to you before we jumped on this podcast about how everything feels uninspiring. And I think that's where I am now. It is, I mean, it's good. Everybody needs to make money, needs to make ends meet. Wow, that is good. But how do we inspire people again? Because the next generation is not inspired by the fact that we have plenty of YouTube people putting films on YouTube to get up making stuff. It is me seeing somebody's film get bought or something, do you get, and say no, they were chatting, they made this, they were one of the films that was watched globally. We're one of those things that inspired, okay, let's also come, do you get, and do something great. That is not inspiring. Do you get? It is now me putting what is inspiring me to, but where do I want to be, that like what are the people that are doing stuff that inspires me that I want to be in future or wherever I want to be now. I think that is where it is for me. I mean, everybody can do YouTube, but for me currently, I don't think that is what is going to inspire me to say, oh, this is where my train of thought is now, or what business I want to do now. It's not inspiring me to say I want to create great stuff. Like I was telling you, that it feels like low quality problems. I feel like my brain is not even working optimally to even create cinema films. Do you get what I'm saying? I want my brain to work that I'm solving big problems. Do you get? I'm creating big stuff that if people would think that this is mind blowing. Not my brain working to do you get? I want to work on projects that inspires people, inspires even me myself. Art projects. I think I want to work on art stuff. Like let my brain work. Don't think about NEPA. Do you get? Don't think about maneuvering lucky traffic. Those are the kind of things that I want to do. So everybody to each his own. Do you get? Everybody wants to make money. Anybody that's on YouTube trying to make his business. But for me, I'm as much as business, it is me. My brain was not built for just Lagos, do you get, or trying to do small stuff. Let's do mind-blowing shit. I think for me, that is where my brain is now. Maybe next month, maybe when I join Frisky or something, then my brain can say, okay, let's do smaller stuff. Don't push yourself too much. But where I am now, let's just create big things. Big things, they more like something like that. You can
But when they say the money do these big things?
This month, let's drink to that. Yeah.
Drinks with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure that.
Yeah.
To be honest, for Red Circle, it was family and friends around, convincing people. Let me give you an interesting gist about Red Circle's money bit. It's interesting that the first couple of people I sent the deck to, Nora, I'm trying to do this, so they said yes, and they were my friends. Don't worry, we go support you, we go drop this. They actually dropped it, but you're not going to make fame. Then I started talking to people that reached out to me. Nora, you know some people are there that they're like, this one, when you do your film now, we go support you. They are there. I went to reach out to them. Some of them said yes. Some of them said no. I was on my own when he said, Nora, I do big things, so you support. Then there were also people that I've seen that they've maybe engaged or reached out to me on something and they wanted to do something. I was like, okay, this is an opportunity, you can come on board. So that was how I was able to start checking my network of people that I felt like, these people, they probably said something about film that they're interested in. But we did not finish raising the money, by the way, before I started shooting. It was a risk. I said, yeah, it is they will either call Nora out on Twitter and abuse her. Or I'll go and call my father or my mother. Whatever you guys have, just be on standby to sell it with the hope that this film makes sense. But again, I already strategized with the team and said, guys, we need to do things differently by shooting an announcement video. I know people put pictures together, but we need to do something interesting that like drives conversation even before we start filming. Money was not complete, so it was a part of like what we share with both crew and actors. Guys, we set a date maybe 2 weeks before we're shooting this. Like what be this one? What did they do again? Which will be announcement video? But once we did that, and I remember we did the reading. For next thing, we shot the announcement video even before our reading. Very crazy shit. So I edited the announcement video myself, by the way. I'm also an editor. It depends on my mood or whatever it is. I edited it myself, sent it to. I already did like a test grade, sent it to colorist to now like maybe finalize and give my corrections. But I did most of these things myself. Shot it to everything. It was during the reading that we now she's like, mad though. Then the actors were now like, cut this. I think this is too long. They gave their feedback. That's why I said feedbacks actually very important. And I gave their feedback and I went back home to readjust to what my actor said. And everybody approved that. This is nice. This is mad. From actors and crew already that worked on it. So I was like, okay, the one that we're about to shoot. Everything that was going to go wrong when that the one went wrong. By the way, our light boss did not get to Lekki. Not even Lekki. I think he got her until like 2 p.m. And we released an announcement video that was already trending. So it was like, I was like, go and call my mother. I don't remember Babalola. Whatever was happening, maybe people were thinking we were start shooting. I've never shot something. And they're going to trust away where we were at that location. We were supposed to arrive by 7. So they dissing throughout that day. But there was no light. When the light even came again, generator was not working. Cable, wire. You know, felt like something was wrong. That when you now almost start regretting that, why did I do this? I should have started shooting first. Like, you don't start overthinking so many things. But the thing that announcement video did was those conversations made people that said no come back to say yes. And we finished raising that money in like 5 days of putting the announcement video out. Because now there was no conversation. We're literally trending. Because it was trending on Twitter for 3 days. Like, all of those things together, I was like, don't worry, we finished raising money. Don't worry, you're
not rejecting money.
Yeah, like, don't worry. So I'll not enter basis. So tomorrow you see me Santorini, you know, say that, now my money she's good. But that's what the announcement video did, and I'm happy that we took that risk. We were able to eventually shoot those things. But every time I think about how I did not tell anybody from the either crew, even co-producer, I did not tell anybody.
That the money wasn't complete.
Yes, I was like, let's go because I already flew in somebody.
Never really beat you.
I already flew in somebody from abroad. Do you get? It was two things again. If we did not, I was going to go and meet the investors that already invested funds. You guys, we need more money. But now you can see that we've done this. You get? It's also going to be like proof of concept. People did this is not first time. It's just a stupid risk. I don't advise anybody to take that kind of risk again. But fortunately for us, we were able to scale through in between like 5 days. All of them paid everybody money before we even finish shooting. Everybody got their money fully. I was like, yeah, when I went on my sabbatical, I was like, okay, nobody's going to call me, and if you see me in Paris tomorrow, you're not like, this girl, only basic with our money. But yeah, that really worked for us, and I'm thankful for that.
That's such a powerful story, because now I think a lot of people, when they hear this, would, I would.
They will not think I have money from somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still driving my muscle. You see, if you allow me, I'll enter down for you get what I'm saying. I'm not doing more than myself, but what that did and what I learned from that is building people's trust. People just want to see what you've done, because once we already showed that the video, people are talking about it. This is interesting. People are dashing me money, by the way. I don't know which of my friend, I know the friend now that sent my account number to people. I was just getting a lot on set, but even people in the industry, which was very cute. Thank you, people. I appreciate you. Thank you. Money.
But you never dash me any money.
Don't worry, you two gotta do big thing, man. That video of that shit money.
So rude.
But people were dash. I mean, like, I was just wake up one day, like, see a lot. I was like, I was like, you saw people are nice in this industry. Where have I been? Where have I been? Why have I not made something like this? But that was actually cute. Like, it was very nice for me. And it is me also determined to pay it forward. I can support whoever I want to support. Like, future. I know my goal is also to put money in people's films. Like, going forward, when I'm comfortable enough to say, somebody did this to me, so I can also do it to you. Also, maybe build your own trust and maybe makes you feel good enough to take those things, because they were not, those people that dashed us money were not thinking they were going to get. I mean, we have investors, but people dashed me money.
Now, I want to talk about the MVCAs.
All right.
It's as if you have, one of the blessings that you have is double MVCAs. So if you're nominated, you must be nominated in twice. So, and there was even one time that you were nominated like in the same category, two films.
Yeah.
Yourself against yourself, and you won.
Yeah.
So, what does that do for you? And does it come with some form of pressure? Yeah, there's the
Pressure.
side of scene.
Me, I'm never pressured.
But does it come with like, I have to top this, or what does it do for you?
I mean, awards are good because they just validate the fact that you're doing good work. That's it for me. I mean, the first MMBC, I can't remember. I was in one country, I think Tanzania. We're shooting something. That was a Guinness project. Shoot something, and again, the time is there. I think 2 hours different. I was cooking because we rented an Airbnb to shoot. So I was there, I see my phone calls, and you know the way there's somebody that calls me once he sees that I get nominated for MMBC. From Instagram or video call. Like, it's so weird. WhatsApp call. It's Instagram video call.
As it hot.
Yes. And I'm like, where? This one's calling me. I was okay, interesting. And my phone, I had to switch off my phone for the first 1 week, the first time. Like, because I was like, I don't like attention like that. Like, let's chat on WhatsApp. Like, not, people were calling me. Like, my parents' family, that be church members. So I see my mother in church second Sunday. And my mother went to go and do church Thanksgiving, by the way. Like, I never attend Thanksgiving because I don't even, but she was just happy. Like, pastors were reaching out to her and saying, congratulations on your child. Do you get? So it was exciting. It's good. I'm not even going to lie. It is, especially when I wake up sometimes, I remember the first 1 week that I got the plug. Oh man, all of this. I was like, see my name on this thing. It's sweet to have.
You know that it's in the house.
It is in my house. It's on my cupboard. I mean, if we get another one, I just place it by the corner, like twice. And it's good, but I don't think it puts me under any pressure. This one now, because I already have one at one. I feel like you're trying, do you guys? See your cake. And everywhere I go now, like there's a nice ring to it when they say AMC award winning. I mean, it's not
4
the
times
AMC.
nominated
Yes, it's
to
not
the
the AMC
embassy.
I've won now. Like before when they put award winning, I was like, I mean, award have I even won that I put in award winning? Do you get? But it's even funny that I'd even won like international awards, like for documentary projects,
Yeah.
like lot of projects that with big organization like WHO, Action Aid, what like all of those things. The one with Shell that we did for Action Aid that they won a case. Like I've done these things, but once the AMCs are like our own Oscar. Oh. I would not put award winning to my name, even when I was winning those international awards. But the moment you put award winning, like my chest, like bro, there was a very nice ring to it. Like now that there is a local, like not really local, I mean it's our own Oscars, but there is our own acceptable award organization that I mean, see the amount of glitz and glamour for that day. The day they know that they were doing the last one that I won for, I followed an actor, like housemaid. I wore shorts. Like I was holding her. I didn't want to attend. Me, I was just happy to stay in a hotel to sleep and wake up and join the after party. I don't wanted to go and party because my friends were always, I'd not attended any MVC. My friends were always attending because I knew how it was hard to get tickets and all. So in my head, and I was still doing photography then, so I was happy to shoot these actors that I really liked. Shoot them for their AMC, edit it, and had to send it out for it to go out. So the day I got nominated twice in a row, I had to. The people that were there didn't even know I was one of the nominees. Although normally I wear short, like I was on set or something. I looked like housemaid. I was following this actor, holding a cloth at the back and just walking out GS. And one of the women were like, leave, stay, let her enter. Clinic. I was like, the person that I was following was never nominated, by the way. But they were sending me out of it. And I started laughing. Then I followed her. I left her actually. She went to do her. See, I was like, oh god, people that are behind the scene, they don't rate us. So all those. But I went back and my stylist kept saying, Nora, go. I was like, I'm not going. I don't think. I see. Do you see people on the powerful people on those lists? I was happy that I was on the list first. Nominee is not even easy. The already attention I got from being a nominee is enough for me than even the king. So I was like, if we win, fine. If we don't win, fine. That nominee alone 2 times, I will hold this one to my chest. Then I was like, go, okay, Nora, if you don't win, you come back home. Or you come back to the Kenya and come and change and just do after party. So it was the stylist that pushed me and said, Nora, just go. So once they mentioned my name, from stage, people were calling me again on Instagram. This Instagram people are interesting people. My phone was ringing. I was like, do you know to pick call on? Because I could see my phone ringing on the stage. You know when somebody's calling, do you know to say, hi, hello, about the stage?
Well, you can genuinely see I'm on television.
But that was very good. That was one of the best moments of my life. I remember I was in a very dark period during that time before I won May. And once I did, everything shifted. Everywhere I was. Remember my school, I went for one jump class in Oshodi, then Adams College. And Mr. Adams called me. I was like, Nora, bring your award. Come and inspire this. There are a lot because they usually come and inspire us too then. So I was happy to go aspire to aspire. You said you collect. Because we collected then. But he said, bring the award there. Then I won. I think Oni of Ife to give an award during that period. So he also said, bring all the award that you have. Just bring. I don't speak aspire for the student. If I can do it, you can do it. All of those things, but it is nice. But I don't think he ever, or it puts me on any pressure. My own is, I want to be better than where I was last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And I try to track my progress like that. Not because an award gave me. Those things are nice to have. Award winning. Nice. Nobody knows me outside G-Gets. You're not going to reduce my money off car when I want to buy a new car or house because I'm an award winning. But those things are very good. Validation that you're doing a lot in your career, you're doing well. Your parents are happy. So validates the fact that maybe they were not supportive of your choice of career before, but now they see what people are now saying, that's your child, or in love with award, or my father like I was like, see my profile picture for a very long time. I was like, see me. Do you get? That was very nice. If you call me like when it's with friends, just to do video call to say that's my child, do you get? To brag, and those were cool, but doesn't put me under pressure.
So you've spoken about your parents a couple of times now.
Yeah, cool people like that.
So if now thinking hypothetically, if maybe you didn't raise the money that you needed for Red Circle, would they have said I told you so, or would they have supported you?
No, they would have. They would. I remember telling them, I mean, in their head, first they were worried that, we give this person, this young, I think I was 24. And they shoot the film. And I was raising money, 24 or 23. So in the right first, this person is crazy. But again, they know the strides I've taken right from when I was 17. Like, you always see me in places that people that are even my friends are people that are way older than me. Like, you see me being cool with kind of things I handle. I mean, they did not mention to me that they were worried or something. But if this is what you want, to support you, to get. If I think, especially the kind of parent I had, I think if I was not able to raise that money finish, I was just going to call my father and say, "Oh my God, and borrow money." Oh. He would do it. No, I'm not going to lie. My father is that kind of, because I see him go all out for other people that are not even his kids. They're not to talk of somebody that is his own child. He would. We just probably now suffer together to raise pay the money back. But at that moment, he would. It's now okay. Now that this one has, what's the next thing? Are you sure you still want to get? We'll have those conversations. But at that moment, it will be. I mean, I've won AMC after that time. He has even shown his friend that this is, you're not support the child that won AMC. Okay, so all of those things. But yeah, he would.
But why did you study accounting and move to film? Because it just felt, because you started really early, so which means that you already knew that cool. This is what I want.
I grew up actually wanting to be a banker. I liked the idea of, you know, when we're young, like you had like banker around you.
Aeronautic engineer.
Yes. They will say, what do you want to be in the future? I want to be a banker. Why? Because somebody was wearing suits to work. I really like that cocoa shoe. You know, those cocoa shoe that just came, Oceanic Bank, then Sky Bank. Just came back from work. We said, I want to be like Auntie Dagbaja, like, because they were doing this. Mm-hmm. So for me, when we now became older, and I became okay, this banking thing, that means you have to be tied to like Access Bank or one of these banks. So maybe let me do accounting that is more broader than I can work in whatever like industry I want to work in, like focusing on their finance part of things. And that was it. From that's how I started. I'm still I'm a finance person at art. Like, I know my numbers, mathematician, I know these things. But for me, it was when I got to school. I went to State University EXU. That's very interesting, by the way, because I wanted to run away from Lagos. I was leaving my parents in Lagos. I wanted to, and like traveling too. Since it was from then, I wanted to just explore. Like, let's leave Lagos and just go somewhere else. Unfortunately for me, I got admission like 3. I think I got one LASU, EXU, like one of all these social. God save me from state people. But I got it there, and I chose EXU instead because it was out of Lagos. I wanted to be free from my parents. And I think that freedom is one of those things that helped me. Don't let me lie to you, because I was coming to Lagos every other week to do Nollywood stuff, and they don't even know. One day I was like, God, I went down for my mother would just be inside and say, this girl, are you not in school? Did we not send you to school? But it was in school, I think 200 level. We had one very long ASU strike. I was like, this is what I want to be doing in my life. Like, I'm very thoughtful about where, like, I want to be in the next 5 years. Like, I know actively how to track where I want to be. And I felt like, 3 months, you go back home, you say, okay, you went back 1 week, then you come back again. Like, this does not make any sense. I met somebody on Twitter then, a very good guy, that had the camera that I was not using, but it was doing journalism at the State University. Funny thing is, our head of branding for Red Circles, he's on in charge of all our design that is coming out. Very cool guy. He wanted to be a photographer, then he was a photographer, he had the camera. And he was like, Nora, what do you want to do? That's why this your ASU things that are happening. Like, what do you think you want to do? And I was like, okay, I think I had an iPhone 5 then, and my father bought for me. I think he was giving me 15,000 Naira or 10,000 Naira as pocket money then. But it's like, things are cheap. So you still good money. You buy paper 100 Naira, you be happy. I was like, now this is what I want to do. Blah blah. I was like, okay, just start with your phone. I was like, if you want to buy camera, then Canon T5i or T2i or one of those T sums, 150k. I'm sorry, I will not use for 10 months. I beg go. So none of those things that happened, and from there it was like, you just have your phone, share online already, and I knew how to like talk online then to share online, and like that's how I started. I remember then, like I started getting followers, like, and you also recommended like people to me and say, follow this person. They take pictures with their phone. They can also give you, people were happy to share feedback then. Social media is not as saturated as now. Like, you had like few people that were doing stuff, and you share with them. They were happy to share feedback with you. And once the person did that, I started like learning how to get my composition right, highlight, contrast here, saturation there. And from there, somebody from Techno introduced me. No, not him. The person that I was sharing with introduced me to someone from Techno, because he was working with Techno. Like, they were giving him stuff, and he was like, student too. Just say, Nora, come to our office in Ikeja Jari. transition audience or something. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, okay, cool. I'd never tell my parents though. I just left for Ekiti that morning to Lagos straight. Transition Ikeja, Isaac John. So we like what you are doing now and everything. So can you be using our phone to take pictures? What that means is that we give like a KPI. That's when I knew what KPI was, what key performance indicator, all those things. That means you need to share, you need to do this. But every phone that comes out will give you take pictures with them, pay your salary. Good money. If they give me 10K, I think I started collecting 50K then I was still in school. So in love, I was like, this account is not for me. That's when I knew that I was in the wrong course. Because maybe you sat down inside son and you're waiting for lecturer to come and you are like 200 and you're not. You know, it's like reevaluating your life. God, I beg you. This cannot be my career. Because just from Astro Strike and me meeting somebody that made my life easier and me taking corrections and I'm now here and from there I'm now earning. Like I told my parents, they were very happy. You know, they're happy, but they were also worried that it's school that we sent this one to. What was she doing? Then from there I started getting. I remember the first techno they gave me because even from the office they gave me a phone to leave techno L9. I came back. My hostel mates were like, where did all this one come from? But I used my hostel mates as models even till now. Like one of them still quote on Twitter and say, we that use as models, you've not given us the rip of all of these things that are happening. But that was really cool, and from there it solidified like the money solidified my belief in storytelling. Like, if you are passionate and you do good work, you can also make money from this thing. So it was me now deciding to balance the creative side of it, knowing the creative side, and balance with the business side of it. That you need to make money to also refuel and make even your work better, because gear matters. Don't let us lie to you. From phone, I got the camera. I think I saved my money. I did not touch those money then. 3 months, 50K times 3, not 50K. Bought new camera. So it was even their events. I remember they invited DJ Consequence, one of their cameras that were phone that was launching. Went to take pictures like that, basically. By the time I was in phone delivery, I already had like 2 or 3 years experience. If I even felt, and I was earning good money, not bad money, like even good money than some, like maybe 100K in a month. So not bad money to get, but I was investing in them again, buying new gadgets. So sometimes I'm at home and I'm going for work and I'm collecting money from my mother. She's like, what work are you doing that you're still collecting money for transport fare? Do you get? But basically that's how like accounting just took its side. So your level started earning times 5 of my pocket money. Where I was like, I cannot take me this far. Imagine me now putting in more work to be better and getting better at this. I can do better, and that's how like I got into it.
Have you navigated respect in the industry?
Respect,
because your age is everywhere on the internet.
I don't mind though. If I enter a room, do you first think about my age? If I come into, I'm very confident though. Like I think for me, do you know one thing that's helped my career in this life is the worst you tell me is no. I would reach out to you. The worst the person will say is no. But guess what? 70% of the time I get a yes. So that even gives me more confidence to say I'm going to go and meet the next person to ask. The worst they will say is no. So for me, respect or no respect, I've had like cases maybe on sets where I've had maybe, I think I can't remember the set we were on where the guy that brought Crane said, he doesn't want to talk to me because I was a woman or something. But there and there I shut it down. And I told the director was like, you send me from set. Like, I'm also kind of proud. Do you get? Like, it can't be me you're talking to. Do you get? I would not even bring my age first. And before I usually, do you know what I usually tell people before? I'll be like, now I'm older, so I now have better respect. But before I'll be like, you're looking for your age mate, you go to the mortuary. That's what I was always saying. But now I'm like, okay. I think even now, because I now even have more works under my belt, it's even easier for you to respect me. Do you get? Like, this person is this. When I enter a room, they already say, this is Nora Awolowo. Do you get? I mean, then those things, I don't get. I try to shut it down in my head. Like, let me just do my work and get out. Again, I will not come to you timid that you want to take advantage of. Like, when I enter, even though sometimes I bounce. So people are like, it's now that I'm like, okay, look at like a girl, like even dress, do you get? Do things like, do you get? So then it was me, I want to do the work and just move on. It's now that I feel like my passion is maybe not like maybe 5 or 7 years ago where you just wanted to do anything and everything. So respect then was not even like the most important. Just let me do my work and go out. And now it's even when I've now earned my respect. Like you're now like, okay, this is the girl that's done this, that's done that. Do you get? But I don't mind it. But if you bully me, I'll bully you back too. That's it. My own is you're about to say we're laughing what we're so if you do, I'll bully you back too. I try not to allow that get to me. If I've also seen people actually throw those kind of words to me, I try to shut it down immediately. Like it doesn't get to me, to be honest, and whoever is the superior on set, I feel like it's worth reporting to. I report and move on from it.
Fantastic. So, final question.
Oh well.
What would you like your legacy to be?
Oh, deep.
It's
I
not
was talking about why is your question?
because you like. So this is coming a lot from your response, which is you look at your journey, evaluate yourself, self-evaluate, and then you plan for like say 5 years. You already like somewhat know like where you want to go. So I would think that you almost want like you've almost midwifed what you want your legacy to be. Even the moments that like when you went to your jam lesson to inspire those kids.
Like I think I've mentioned it before, where okay, this is what's going on in the industry. Who did not really who did something differently? It's almost like you as a person, Nora, when social thing was happening or when people were complaining about this, what did you do to make things better? Either as an industry or even in the country as a whole. Do you get? I mean, all of us complain about the country and everything. Okay, if you know that Nigerians are actually the people that actually control things, are the wicked people. Do you get? They are the ones that are NEPA office that we have to be begging to approve meter. You are the ones that siphon money for road. So when you had control of something, what did you do to make things better? That's how even as a cinematographer on set, and I get hired for certain role. I remember somebody has hired me before, and again before you usually feel like I have to prove a point when I'm being hired as a cinematographer, because you don't get to see a lot of female have those opportunities. Do you get? And work on project like as cinematographers, like people just hire. It's almost like they're filling you as a gap to do PR, that oh, a woman is on my set, which in my head I don't want that to be my case. Like I want you to hire me because you think I'm good, because you think I'm going to do the job the way you would hire another person without you interrogating them and saying, can you do this, can you do that, all of those questions. For me, it's leaving those spaces knowing that who else that is going to come in, you would not be worried that they would not do the job. I think that is it for me. I was talking to a cinematographer today with cannot recognize us for something like, and I recommended her for a project, and she was just happy. She said they were asking her that Nora, do you know, she was not the middleman. You know the way some people would do that. Big brands are talking to you and they're not trying to be the middleman and trying to get something. And I just gave her the contact. She got negotiate, but don't do this, don't do that. You get, this is how I think it should work for you. And she was so happy. She bought me even dress after, like, to just appreciate the fact that she said they were having conversation. And I was like, see, I had a surgery at the beginning of the year. If I die today, what would people say? Is there going to be only one Nora in the industry? I think that is it for me. Like, when there are certain things that happen to you that just recalibrate your head. That bro, when you enter anywhere, somebody hires you, just leave the best impact, because what you are doing, another woman that they're going to hire, they will not say, oh, they have to start overthinking. They may overthink for you, that's fine. Take it as your own legacy imprint that this is what you have to go through. Because how many people do you want to say that you want to have a mentors for my kind of role that happens, like for my kind of role in the industry? But once you know that this is my fate, I'm very realistic. This is my fate. These are limitations. I know I'm very realistic. Limitations. This is what's going on in the industry. Okay, I've accepted this is what is going on. Everywhere I enter, how do I leave my own imprint that the next person that is coming in, they know that they are not worried that the person that has left has done something bad or will not make things easier for them to hire them. I think that's the most important thing for me. If you give me opportunity, let me make the best use of it so that the next person you're going to give the opportunity to, you would always reference and see this person, when I gave them this opportunity, what they did. Like, when this was happening in the industry, this is what this person did. I think you can do it. You can even do better. When people say, I want to be like, I'm like, be better. Like, I'm very cool, but just try to be better. I mean, I'm doing my own best, like, in my own capacity, but you can be better. But I want to make sure my best is one of the best that happened during that period.
Speaking about best, I know I said final question, but this is genuinely the final question.
If you say so.
You did create space for a lot of women. I think you did there was an opportunity from one of those for female cinematographers to travel or something like that. First, so these two-sided questions. What does that do for, like, you putting out your name for these people? Do you fear so if they do good, it comes back to you as good, but then if they do bad, do you fear for that? Two is, what is it like working with these international organizations?
Let me start with the last one. It's the same way you're working with any other person. There are humans behind these brands. It's the way when people say, oh, like Netflix and Amazon, it's human being that are behind the scenes. You get it is be cool, know what you're doing, know the right things to say at the right time, and
Report.
Yes, and communicate properly, and just know what you're doing. It's these brands in Regional Studios in next future, you probably don't know that it's not right that is behind it, you get. But the human beings that are going to be behind the Regional Studios in the future, I think that's, for me, that's it first. They are humans first, even before being brands, and try to leverage on that. What's your other question?
Putting your name behind people.
Okay, so now what I think about is not even if I recommend you for a project and you fuck up, either as a female or male. I don't even think it is a female or male thing. It is anybody can fuck up. Do you get it? It's not because they're either male or female. I try not to. Before, I'm always like, it's actually hard to recommend people. Do you know? Because now when I recommend, I'm like, they can do it, but please don't call me in case anything happens. So somebody is not disturbing me, because I've had cases where they're like, this person you recommended did this, that is to now start settling fights, like hearing from both parties. Time I should have been using to do something, maybe sleeping, and like, God, who sent me? Yes, like I'm like, God, who sent me? But again, when you look at the good cases out of the bad ones, and the good cases are more than the bad ones, like there's joy in it, to be honest. You are seeing, okay, people that have actually reaped well from it, I'm better than those that haven't. Now you're not like, okay, what happened? How do you fix it? Let me even be the client that is the problem, not the person. I mean, it happens to even me, so do you get? So try to understand as a creative. But for me, it is also now telling the person that I've recommended and say, so I didn't even tell them. They're the ones that reach out to me. They said, Nora, you're the one that recommended also. Thank you. Do you get? Okay, I've done it too. You too. Don't fuck my name. My name is very important. I like my name so much. Like, I'm like, my name is very important to me. Don't ruin it for me. But that's not even like, I don't let that affect me. I'll put your name forward anyway. Like, see, I went to a restaurant with my friends the other day, and I remember when all of us did not have car. But when we went, over 6 of us had cars. That was beautiful. Like, if there's 5 Noras in the industry, that woman, it's sweet. It's not one person taking the glory. That is it for me. When we have more people, what it does, even good, you can employ more people, more money is circulating in the economy. So that is it for me. That's how I think, basically. 10 heads is always better than one. Can't have one. See, anything can happen to me tomorrow. I can wake up tomorrow, something happens. Oh, now put, promising child. Promising clinical. But what's the end game? Do you get? But when you have more people, you know that, okay, if something happens, somebody else can replace.
Were you scared when you're in the hospital earlier this year?
I sound like that, buddy. Yeah, I was scared at the beginning when I was told.
Because I now remember when you made the post about it on your story.
Yeah, I was scared at the beginning. I think when I got to the hospital, it was not like, oh, yes, just get done with this. No, I think I asked the anesthesia and whatever. I can't remember the way they called them again. I was like, am I going to make it? They're like, yes. I was like, if I don't make it, let me just even do prayer. Just take care of my parent. Like, I have on camera here. I have the lights, give it to this person. The kidney call, give it to this person. I was doing wheel distribution. I mentioned my mother, was like, who was doing this one? I think what that did, I think it was not even the surgery itself that made me scared. I think it was the recovery process. You know, when you've thought that, you would be, you go through pains, and you can't still fathom how much pain you go through. I knew I was going to go through pain, but that was another level. Like, I went for checkup and I told the doctor that, see, I've gone through all the pains I can't go through in this life in this one surgery. I don't want anything else to happen to me. For 1 month, I had my mother, like, people were coming in, caring for me. I remember even in the hospital, actors, friends who came in, dropped stuff for me. The recovery was actually the one that made me, like, appreciate life more. Knowing that, me laughing. Yo, I could not laugh. You know, you laugh like this, like, it's painful.
From your belly.
Yes, like, I had to tell people, don't say funny things around me. You know, yes, I'm not even joking. Because it's hot. I could not walk straight. Like, you know, it felt like I was learning how to walk again. Then they would have to hold me by the side 1 week. Then there was, I think, the first week when we got home, I was crying. My mother was around. He had to call my father, did video call, called my siblings and say, she talked to me, am I crying? I was like, see me, me that was shooting last 3 weeks. See me, I cannot walk. Like, I was crying. Like, you get, like, I had to learn all of these things all over again. I think that was humbling. Not the surgery itself, it's the fact that I had to learn so many things all over again. Like walking, I'll go, okay, you just reached, I was not calculating the miles, you just walked 1 kilometer. Okay, this today you did 2 kilometer. Oh, next tomorrow you can now bathe properly. Oh, this, you're not supposed to open the surgery site. Like all of those lessons. I was like, you're alive, you don't know what God is. You cannot drive. I could not drive for like 6 weeks, sorry. I couldn't drive for like, I was like, So in my car, I'll just be 1 minute. Somebody will just let me warm my car. Me, I enjoy driving. If not, that Lagos is a very interesting state, sorry. But I enjoy driving. But those things, you know, there's a difference when you're in your house and you're not restricted. And I don't just sat down in your house and you just had to sleep. Than when you know that if you move like this, pain. You move like this, pain. And you have to sleep, like, you cannot sleep on your back. You have to sleep like this for 3 weeks. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. My mother, I cannot walk to the sitting room. I was in my room. My mother had to be bringing my food there. I sleep into the bedroom. Bed for me. I can't remember how many years, they are done. I think that was for me. I was like, okay, this is less than 2025. But yeah.
And it was at the start of the year.
Yeah. I mean, the surgery happened January 2nd. Yeah. Like, so when everybody was in Happy New Year, we were packing our bags to the hospital.
More.
Yeah. So they were like, God, let me survive this one, so that I beg. You know, yeah, God, I beg. Waking up first, I remember waking up after the surgery. I was like, can you call my mom to just tell her that I'm alive? They called, I just slept back again.
Be like, oh, she's dramatic.
No, yes, because I still had like the anesthesia in me that not. So I even tried. They were like, okay, you're still in the emergency unit. Can you try to walk? I was like, strong girl. I mean, I was already going to the gym before. I was playing badminton like 3 months before. Just prep myself enough so that I'll be stronger. When I tried to stand up 4 hours after, I could not. I started crying. Slept again. Okay, I said I cannot stand up. I cannot stand. And people were trying to assist me. It was the second day in the evening that I could now even try to walk away from, because they said I had to walk. They could not assist me to walk away. I was like, okay, but still, good health is good though. Anyway, that's it. I'm just scared of going through those recovery processes. Not even the surgery itself. You can survive surgery and all, but the recovery process. I don't pray for my enemy to go through that.
Okay, that's a good place to end this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any big projects coming?
Red Circle.
That's all we're talking about.
Red Circle is coming out in cinemas June 6, 2025. We have, join the circles. I don't know if anybody has seen anything, but you should have seen something about it. Join the circle. That's our campaign hashtag. There's a link where you can join. You create like a community ID. That's a community card, circle community card, and we have exciting things for people in the community. Like, you have access to our exclusive newsletter. We have sponsors giving out stuff, giving out swag bags to some of our community members. You get to get even calls from our actors. Like, you actually have like very nice rollouts that's coming out for our community members. I'm excited for them too. Community leader. So we have exciting things. I think I want everybody to watch Red Circle. It's a community film. A lot of us made it. It's not my film alone. I feel like everybody that is part of this film, about 70 to 100 of us, all of us are the owners. We all have eye stake in this. So it's your film as much as it's ours. So please watch.
I'll be watching.
Support young people. Not just young, they're very audacious too.
Okay, we do have a gift for you.
I like gifts. People always allow me give them. So when people give me, I'm like, okay.
No, this doesn't mean you would not give me my own bag.
Do you want? Okay, what are your gifts? This is
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Gifts, gifts. This is from Good News Niger podcast. Desmond is going to come to you.
And this is so nice. Thank you on behalf of Good News Niger podcast. Thank you so much. Linkage Insurance. Thank you. Assurance actually. Linkage Assurance. Thank you guys. This is thoughtful.
Thank you.
It.
And
All
it's a wrap. Nora genuinely inspires me, and I'm very grateful that she said yes to this podcast episode. I'm definitely going to be joining the very long queue at the cinemas to watch Red Circle. I do hope you enjoy the podcast. Please share, like, subscribe, and of course visit our website at thegoodnewsnigerpodcast.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Good News Niger Podcast. My name is Desmond. See you on the next episode.